So here's a quick question for you.
Okay.
And this just happened to me yesterday, and I wanted to throw this out there because I got a really nasty look from somebody. I was in line, stopped to get some gas for what?
Besides me.
Besides you,
okay,
yes.
Okay.
I'm in line at the Circle K. Stopped to get some gas, run in to get like a Red Bull and a candy bar or something.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm standing in line. There's a couple people in front of me. My dad calls.
Okay.
It's my dad, okay?
Mm-hmm.
My dad.
Yeah.
So I pick it up.
Of course.
Hey, Dad, what's going on? Is everything okay? Yada, yada, yada. So he proceeds, I'm going to go visit him in a few weeks. Start talking about that. I get up to the counter, and I'm still talking to my dad, and the girl is looking at me like, hello, and I kind of pulled the phone down. I was like, sorry. And I kind of pointed to my phone, sorry, and whatever. So we completed it. I didn't take any longer in the transaction, and she literally actively gave me the worst stink eye I had ever seen in my entire life.
She should have.
Here's the thing. I left a little disgruntled because I'm normally not the guy that talks on the phone when you're running. Don't look at me like that. I'm not that guy for the most part.
Parker, I have never one time sat down at a meal with you when you have not been on your phone. Either
that is a bunch of
texting,
crap, and you know it.
Playing Words with Friends. Yeah, no, it is true.
Okay, Words with Friends, maybe. But listen, as far as talking on the phone, I always ask you, do you mind if I take this? Do you mind if I take this?
Yeah, okay.
So what am I supposed to do? Ask the checkout girl?
What am I supposed to do? Say no?
Well, here's the thing. So she gives me this nasty stink eye, and I get up to my truck, and I'm thinking, was I in the wrong there? I mean, I know you're not supposed to do that, but, whatever, is my dad. And I said, I'm sorry. And she looked at me like I was the rudest person on the face of the planet.
I think our society, cell phones have made us extremely rude. I know it drives me nuts when I see someone in line checking
apologize.
out. Okay, it doesn't matter. Someone in line checking out, and it's like, normally you would have that face-to-face conversation with the checkout person. But now we don't because we're on our phones, and what if they have to ask you a question? They feel like they're interrupting you. I just think it's rude. I think you could have gone, hey, Dad, 2 seconds. Hang on.
Really?
2 seconds. Yeah.
Okay, here's the thing.
That's what I do with my parents.
Here's the thing. I feel bad, but at the same time, one, I didn't know. It's my dad, period. My dad comes first. Second.
Hang on, Dad.
Second, I'm going through the line. It's at Circle K. And don't get me wrong, I said I was sorry because I felt bad. You should never be rude to somebody. But at the same time, guess what? There's 3 people behind me. We're not going to strike up a lifelong conversation. I'm using my debit card. Swipe, beep, 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 code, and I'm out. What's the problem?
I think it would be nice if you could have a conversation with the lady. Say, hello, how are you? How's your day? Whatever. I mean, they're people too, and I think that with cell phones...
Obviously that. I'm not...
I think with cell phones, we've gotten so rude that we've kind of gotten... And you're the first person to say that you don't like people with bad manners. And I think that when you don't go up to a checker and you don't say, hello, how are you? And engage in some sort of conversation, I think that's kind of rude.
Okay, listen. People have come up to me before and they've been on their phones, and when they do the sorry, sorry...
But you're not sorry because you didn't get off the phone.
Of course I was sorry. It's my dad.
Hey, Dad, hang on 2 seconds.
No, you know what? Who knows what he had to say? My dad's going through a rough time right now, but regardless, she doesn't know that.
She doesn't know that. So maybe you can go, hey, Dad, 2 seconds. Hang on 2 seconds. Almost like if you were using the restroom and you had to flush. Hang on 2 seconds.
260-9870. And now I feel like I should go back and apologize to this girl, but the other half of me is like, okay, really? I didn't need the stink eye. I said I took the time out. I took the time out to say, "Hey, I'm sorry."
Yeah.
She should have realized that it was important.
Well, maybe she doesn't have a normal human conversation all day long because everyone's on their cell
Whatever.
phones.
There were like 5 total people in line. 2 people in front of me, and whatever. All I'm saying is I don't need the stink eye.
That was rude. You're right.
Right? And if I say I'm sorry, hey, you know what? I'm sorry. We weren't going to have a super long conversation anyways.
But you weren't sorry because you didn't say, "Hang on, Dad." 2 seconds.
411-987.
98.7 The Peak.
Chris and Amy in the morning.
Weekdays from 5:30 to 10.
Carrie, go ahead.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't think you're a big fat jerk.
I do.
But I think that Amy's totally right. And I think that if the girl didn't give you the stink eye, you wouldn't be thinking twice about this right now. So I think it's good that she did that to you because it got you thinking. And I agree that it's a little bit rude. I mean, I know it was your dad, but you really could just say, okay, Dad, hold on just 2 seconds. And then,
I agree, Carrie.
Here's the thing. He was in the middle of whatever he was telling me. It's
you don't even remember.
What's that?
You don't even remember what he was in the middle of.
Well, no, I just don't want to go into his personal stuff. It has to do with my stepmom's passing and stuff like that. So, anyways, right. So do you see what I'm saying?
Now we're getting the sympathy vote here.
No, I'm not getting the sympathy card here.
You know what, though? I think that the cell phone thing is, and I'm a perpetrator too. I'm trying to be better.
Right.
It's really bad. I mean, it's just rude to, like, take a call when you're at dinner with somebody, and even if you say, hey, you mind if I take this?
Okay, so now I'm supposed to ask the girl at Circle K whether or not it's okay if I take a personal call with my dad.
Dad, hang on 2 seconds.
I ask you all the time, and you say yes.
What am I supposed to say? No.
Well, it's not like it's peer pressure. I'm not asking you to take drugs or go Charlie Sheen on everybody. 98.7 The Peak. It's all about variety. Alejandra.
If it's really that important for you to talk to your dad, which obviously it is, then step out of the line.
Thank you so
Finish your
much.
conversation, and then when you go up to the girl, you can check out and say, hey, how are you doing? Have a great day. Thank you for your help. Whatever. It's basic manners. If it's really that important, which I'm sure it is, step out of the line. It's not that big of a deal. You're going to be in line anyways.
Because it's all about Chris Parker.
No, it's not
Alejandra.
all about Chris Parker. Listen. And you know what? I'm going to make you feel really crappy right now. So he was calling because he was having trouble dealing with life insurance things about my passed away stepmother. And you know what? No, stop it. Stop it. Let me finish. Ladies, please. I have places to go too. I can't just stop down. Like I'm like everybody else out there. I got 9,000 places to go, and I got about 2,000 minutes to do it in. So
okay, but if your dad is really that important, then you should have given him your undivided attention instead of thinking, "Wow, the candy bar is now $1.19 instead of 99 cents."
Really, I swiped my ATM card. They could have charged me $500 for that candy bar. I wouldn't have even known. I would have gotten home, looked at my bank statement, and went, "What? It was a Snickers. It satisfies, but it's not that satisfying for crying out loud." All right, let's hit a few of the text messages here. And, just in case you missed it, real quick recap, I guess. I was in line at Circle K the other day. Dad calls on the phone, told the girl I was sorry, gave her the sorry. Mm-hmm. And she proceeded to give me the stink eye the entire time I was on the phone while I was going through checkout.
Yeah.
I felt a little slighted.
Okay.
A couple of text messages. One writes in, says, I'm sure your dad would understand if you had to call him back or had him hang on. He's the one who taught you good manners. You said you normally don't do this, but your dad was whatever. Okay, so that's from Melissa.
Uh-huh.
Thanks, Melissa.
We've got one here from Courtney. She says, previously working in the service industry, even though you said sorry, it was still rude, and I would have given you the stink eye too. Thank you, Courtney.
Really? What if my dad was telling me? What if I was just going through the motions at the checkout counter and my dad was telling me that
if it was that important,
somebody had passed or whatever?
Okay, if it's that important, then you need to put down the Red Bull and the Snickers and maybe get that a little bit later in your day and say, excuse me, I'm going to go into my car. I'm going to take this personal call.
All right.